Yeah, Master J and Hurricane.
And DJ Hurricane.
Because, like, yo, when you would see Run DMC on Soul Train or whatever, you love Run DMC and all, but Hurricane was like,
yo, who that dude right there? Right?
It's like, yo,
like,
Hurricane.
Dude right there?
To this day, I'm 40. I'm not gonna tell my age. I don't give a fuck. I'm 46 years old. I hold myself how I compose myself is still like DJ Hurricane. And I looked at pictures that me and D took. We was at Gibson a couple of weeks ago. Every picture, like my wife was looking at, like, damn, you look like Hurricane. Like, but I grew, but like I said, sometimes it goes beyond music.
Yeah.
Like I said, Run DMC took the beats off the street and put it on TV.
That's what we did.
So they look just like the guys that were outside of my neighborhood. They didn't look like rock stars. They wasn't wearing sequins and crazy puffy hair and all that. They looked like people that was relatable to me as a young man in a sense. So therefore, the sound became relatable. All
exactly.
Yep. The guitars, the hard beats, the rhymes, all of it.
Word. Yeah, man, that's so crazy, man. It's amazing how, you know, we're just talking about literal, you know, it's timeless. You're naming like the Hip-Hop Avengers right now. How you talk about Marvel, you know, that's the whole thing. Exactly. Hip-Hop Avengers, you know, but you know,
it's the whole universe.
It's a universe, the whole Marvel universe, exactly.
With what they call multiverses.
Yeah.
Right? For real.
That's amazing. And then, like you said, you know, it just all comes full circle. It never stops. It's infinite. You know what I'm saying? So that's
the craziest thing for me is right before I hopped on this live, Eddie Martinez posted something and he tagged me in it. And he's playing D when you hop off, like, you gotta see this. He's playing Rock Box and he tagged me in it, like, with the original guitar. Like the red shit, the red joint from the video, like, that he played on Rock Box, Kid Rock. Like, I'm like,
wow,
yeah,
that's
I didn't even get a chance to peep it because I had to hop on here. But yeah, when you talk about multiverses and everything, is like, it's hard for me as a fan not to wake up and feel like I'm in some alternate reality. But like you said, we're trying to make new classics. Like I'm really excited for the fans on Rock the Bells to listen to it worldwide. And I want it to play back to back with classic Run DMC because I want people to see. I want people to see the sound that influenced it, but I also want people to understand the incredible music that D is making right now, today in 2022. It's so dope. Like, we here.
It's amazing.
Yep. We ain't gonna stop.
Nope.
Sure. We gonna, how we say it takes, we're gonna rock you on down to the last stop with the echo chamber.
Yeah.
Shout out to Harlem World and the
Harlem World, shout out.
And the Autobahn Ballroom.
Classic.
Rooftop, Latin Quarters, all that. Real quick, Keanu, you was talking about, like, the products and the merchandise. I teamed up with Bump Box. If you can see behind me.
Yeah, this is crazy.
If you can see behind me, this is the world's the world's loudest commercially available blue boom box. It's 400 watts of power, and that, you know, that's the King DMC Big K.O Ghetto Metal Ghetto Blaster. Shout out!
Check out Bump Box. Shout
out to my boy Eric Gonzalez, man, who laced us up, man.
Yeah,
it's like it's so dope, man, because, you know, going around with it, because it brings back that feeling of what hip hop was. You know what I'm saying?
We are the culture.
Yeah, I mean, boom boxes, microphones, music, guitars. That's what it's all about, man. At the end of the day, that's what being a rap star or a rock star is about, right? Music.
Right.
So that's why I always encourage people, instead of always trying to link yourself with liquor or, you know, it always doesn't have to be clothes. Like, be a musician. There's a lot of companies out there that will support you in your music, like how Gibson.
Let's link up with the utensils.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's
like,
so busy talking about the chicken. What about the plates and the forks?
Yeah, it's like
the ovens that allow
we
us to cook up all this wonderful stuff.
Exactly. We have Ghetto Metal guitar picks. We have Ghetto Metal boom boxes. We have Adidas coming out. It's like you're gonna
every you know, and that's what the beautiful thing about Rock the Bells too. They'll give us the essence. They'll give us the articles and the particles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's important. And that's why it makes it so exciting. You know what I'm saying? Here at Rock the Bells, we don't deal in the mundane.
No.
We
Right.
feeling incredible and exciting and creative and inspirational. And, you know, when you think back to how you would hear the Awesome 2 and the Supreme Team and Mr. Magic and DJ Red Alert and all of those shows and what they was giving us. That's what Rock the Bells is. It's a lifeblood. It's a heartbeat. If you looked at the world, you'll see this big heart beating in the middle of it, and it got Rock the Bells written on it.
Yes,
so
sir.
it's just, but we just want this spirit to always live on and even get better and better and better. I always tell the young people, yeah, you could like Rakim, you could love Run DMC, you could love Chuck D and Eminem, but when y'all do your thing, y'all better put the fear of God in us. Y'all better come and bust our ass so you can make us happy and inspire us again. And that's what K.O. did to me. You know what I'm saying? K.O. came and said, yo, Rockbox, King of Rock, walk this way. Listen to this, D. And I was like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about.
That's some shit. Like, Keanu, I don't know if you feel the impact of a guy like D saying that.
Of course.
That's crazy. I don't ever take for granted when I send him joints. Like when I send him joints and I put the fire emojis on it, like, yo, check the email. He knows it's gonna be something. I'm not gonna steer him, left or right. We're gonna go right. Like at this point in his career, DMC is like Barry Bonds in like 2004. He's still hitting. He can hit 71 homers at any time he wants.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Course,
right now, but he don't need to be running out in the outfield and doing all that shit. You need to be a designated hitter. So that means I need to
home runs only.
Yeah, I'll let y'all do all the running.
Exactly. Would you say Keanu? Home runs only. So but that's crazy because when me and D shot the video, also the video will be out tonight at midnight. Check that Ghetto Metal video on YouTube.
I'm sitting here.
Check that Ghetto Metal video.
There's a video for it. Oh my God.
When I saw D in September, he was like, "Yo, K, the reason why I love you because you swing for the fences." I'm like, "Yep,
for sure."
And it's like when you swing for the fences, you might strike out a lot, but when you fucking connect,
that's it. Don't be afraid to swing that bat because you don't know where the ball's going to end up at. In your windshield in the parking lot, 650 feet over the Green Monster.
And DMC hit this shit over the Green Monster at Ebbets Field. A New York cat.
We're going to drop a little plug. I just want to say, coming soon, a remix. We got to let everybody taste this first. And I just want to say this and leave your head scratching your heads. Shout out to M.O.P. That's all. Shout out to M.O.P. Shout out to Billy Dance. And I'm just leave it there. Billy, I'm gonna see you soon, baby.
Yes, sir. Yo, so we started talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So of course LL just got inducted along Jay-Z just
rightfully
got
so.
Yes.
Rightfully so.
We have Jay-Z, we have LL Cool J. It's amazing to see that, two legends, and in 2009 you were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5 were the first.
The first, yes. So I want to ask you, as hip-hop music and culture keeps evolving, who do you think is still deserving of being in the Hall of Fame, and where do you see more hip-hop artists? Hip-hop's the biggest. It shouldn't even be called. One day it's going to be called the Hip Hop Hall of Fame because we have so many.
We have one
artists
coming to the Bronx. We're gonna have to do our own thing. We have, rightfully so, because we got to do our own. That's coming to the Bronx like now, which is needed. But it's a beautiful thing to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And like K.O. said, it was prophetic when we did King of Rock, because first of all, it didn't exist, and it was so deeply prophetic that Larry Bud Melvin from the David Letterman show, who was, shout out to Larry Bud, I loved him, he was funny, he was a great man. He was playing a security guard at the front door telling Run DMC, y'all can't come in here, but he was prophetically speaking to rock and hip-hop about what would happen.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, we know who we are. We know what we are, and we know the purpose, and we will never forget that. That's why they got to let us in eventually, because it was just bigger than us making some music. We meant something to people, just like all of the rock and roll, real rock guys that were in there that we used to steal their music. But I want the world to understand this, especially young people. Don't worry about no awards. Don't worry about no radio play. Don't worry about any commercialization of our culture, because anything that has meaning and is holy and sacred to a people, place, thing, or a nation will become diluted, polluted, and destroyed once it's commercialized. That's why LL had enough foresight and vision to say, let me take over Rock the Bells. Let me bring an establishment. Let me establish, cement the foundation of this. But I want y'all to understand, when we got in and everybody else, Flash that got in and Big and everybody, and those that come to get in, and even though it took LL, it took them a minute to let LL in, I keep it real with people. The award is cool. The induction is cool. But you know what solidifies our success that's greater than the award itself? And this is deep. Just being considered worthy enough for induction. For them to have to just say that. And eventually get in is cool, but even if you never got in, just to be considered worthy means your purpose.
And look, even before that too, you know, like you said, we're about to have the Hip Hop Hall of Fame in the Bronx. But there's so many people in the culture that they're already Hall of Famers.
Right. That's why we have to do it. But one from the music rock and roll Hall of Fame standpoint come, and I hope, because me and Tom Morello's on the board now, because I had to bring in some younger from generation. You know what I'm saying? I almost had to smack somebody to say I'm not going another year without LL getting in.
Yeah.
And I'm a nice guy. You know, DMC, I'm very gentle, but they put LL in after DMC came up in the building and looked in some faces. But I think who's missing from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on the level of everybody that's already in, and for the brothers and sisters to come, drop a little plug, there's sisters that's got to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, is Soul Sonic Force, because of Planet Rock. Now, let me tell you why I'm saying that. The message came out. Rolling Stone magazine had it right. The message is the greatest hip-hop song ever made. You know, I'm not talking about bars and metaphors and street. I'm talking about the greatest. The greatest is the message, because it had all the emotion of hip hop. It's like a jungle sometimes, and don't push me. So nobody trumped that in hip hop yet. That was the blueprint for all of us, from NWA to Jay-Z to Eminem to even Run Screaming Run's House. So that was it. But one of the records that got overlooked, and I guess because they don't have an album, but Planet Rock was one of the most duplicated, sampled, reproduced R&B, dance music, hip hop genre,
electronic, everything
in the history of the world. So me being in there, now the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has a thing where now, you know, drummers and producers could get in, and you know, Clarence, you know, from Bruce Springsteen band, you could get, you know, Elvis Drummer got in. Let's back it up a little bit. Planet Rock should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because it did what every record and every artist that's in there did before we even, especially in hip hop, before we even thought of rock to the Planet Rock. The sound, the influence of it in the street, people danced to it, people sung to it, every producer globally sampled it, and to this day, that rhyme style, Planet Rock is like the Pink Floyd of hip hop. It has never been duplicated. And the Soul Sonic Force, Mr. Big.
So Big, Bow Wow, and MC Glue.
Yes. That answers the question, God. Like that is overlooked. But that being said, hopefully as we build up the right placements in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with hip hop, and we create our own, because hip hop definitely got to honor the Treacherous Three. We got to honor M.O.D. when he was in his group.
Yeah.
And the only way we can do that is having our own hall. We got to. People forget how incredible the Crash Crew is.
I would like to see.
Hold on, let me just finish this. I gotta give Crash Crew and Reggie Reg. I love you, Reg. I love you, Reggie Reg. Run wanted to be Reggie Reg. He thought Reggie Reg is a man before his time. But when they did that song, when they did Rock the Bells, oh, this is crazy. I didn't do this on purpose. They did a song called Rock the Bells where they were so incredible. They took the melody of Bob James, Take Me to the Mardi Gras, ding, 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 ding. They took it and harmonized. We came here tonight to throw down, spread the word all around town. So young ladies, don't front on me now. We know that you want to get down. The music that you hear is a treat. So get your butt up out of your seat. The rap will have you stomping your feet to the sound of the funky break. That's Mardi Gras. So that's pioneering, brilliant stuff. So we have to do our Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and make sure all of those Africa Islam. My man, I went to high school with Sundance from Soundview Projects, Bronx, New York. So hip hop right now, I love L for starting this Rock the Bells thing, for taking it over and doing what he was doing, because y'all think we going places? Man, we ain't even beginning.
Right. Yeah, that's what's up.
I'd like to see Salt N Pepa get it. Queens of rap.
The first
one. They're Supreme. Yeah.
Supreme. I mean,
hold up. Is Diana Ross and Supremes in there?
Yep.
All right, so roll the red carpet out for Salt N Pepa.
Exactly. You know, Salt N Pepa just took what y'all did and just flipped it, and they have the worldwide global hits.
Yes, they changed what? Salt N Pepa influenced culture, had massively huge hit records, influenced fashion and style.
Every girl wanted to be them, just like
they
boys.
Have every category, exactly.
Just like guys wanted to be Run DMC, girls wanted to be Salt N Pepa. So I would like to see them. But also, Tribe Called Quest, I think probably, it's only a matter of time before they go.
Yeah, you know those are my goals. Those are my goals right there forever.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
This is beautiful. I'm having so much fun. I would say I can't do Rock the Bells live, and he was like, "Why, D?" I said, "Because I'm not going to be able to go to sleep tonight."
I'm gonna be. Hey, D, I'm in the studio right now. Like, when we get off, I'm gonna just turn around and finish. I got some crazy new heat.
Another one.
All the fans of Rock the Bell Radio, you think Ghetto Metal is fire? Wait to the remix, and then wait till you see what King DMC got coming next.
Yeah. Woo! So I have another one for you, DMC. This one, all right. So have you been paying attention to VERZUZ?
I'm at Comic Cons. I'm visiting high schools again, elementary schools. I'm even doing middle schools and all of that. I haven't experienced any of them in real time, but it's the most talked about thing everywhere I go. Everybody's telling me what's going on. So recently they said 3-6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony had one.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
People told me Daddy Kane and KRS-One was incredible.
Yes, exactly. They've been countless, memorable moments. It's iconic. But of course, I have to ask you, if you were to do a VERZUZ,
right?
Who do you want to call out, hypothetically, or in real life? Who do you want to see in the VERZUZ ring?
The Beatles.
The Beatles, okay. Okay, not even hip hop. Outside of hip hop, you got.
Led Zeppelin, AC/DC.
Right. I'm not the king. I'm not the king. I leave all that to L. He used to go to this rap thing. I put my flag on the planets that I conquered. So Run DMC does a VERZUZ. It can't happen because we're the Beatles of hip hop. The Beatles are the Beatles of music. It would be the Beatles. But
the Rolling Stones versus Run DMC.
And we already did a VERZUZ too.
He is on his shirt too.
We already did a VERZUZ. Matter of fact, we did the first VERZUZ.
Yeah.
We did the first verses.
Y'all did the melody of each other's hits, right?
No. It's some. Does anybody out there? I'm gonna give it 3 seconds. Know that Run DMC did the first verses ever.
Yes.
It was with a guy named Michael Holman.
Yes.
And we battled 2 members of the Treacherous 3. Graffiti Rock.
Yes.
Wow.
Graffiti Rock. See, this is a historic lesson for this is Rock the Bells. I get deep. Yeah. I am this Run DMC, me and Run, while JDJ battled Special K and Kool Moe Dee. So I already did a versus. But I mean, to answer your question, who could we do a versus from? I don't know. Who could we do a versus from?
I like the Beatles.
I like Beatles.
Yeah.
I mean, because who could we do a versus with? I mean, we toured with everybody. Who fixed Run DMC? One person said Outkast. Run DMC and Outkast could do a versus.
It would have to be like Public Enemy. And it would have to be like a celebration. It would be like Marvel Team Up, to where you just, you know what I'm saying? Like you just have the 2 greatest groups of all time. Right. And it's not even.
It hasn't been so much about the competition.
Yeah, I don't think
it's about celebration.
It's a celebration of music.
Celebration.
Well, on that note, if Run DMC does a versus, it's going to be like 6 groups. If Run DMC does a verse, here's the Run DMC versus. Run DMC and Rock the Bells, what we're going to do is recreate the Raising Hell tour. So it would have to be Run DMC, LL, Beastie Boys, and Houdini.
The Beastie Boys will be, wow, that'll be great too.
The Beastie,
the
shout out to Ad Rock and Mike D, and rest in peace MCA all the way every day.
Oh man, and rest in peace Ecstasy, and rest in peace Prince Marky D, man.
Yes.
Right.
Shout out to my man Cool Rock Ski. I did his live last week. He got an incredible thing going on.
But yeah, so we've been on here for a minute. I know you guys, probably want to go in a little bit, but you guys have anything to close with? Any shout outs? What did you got?
I got a shout out to Bumpy Knuckles. He's producing a bunch of records for me. Okay. We got a bunch of records. We getting ready to drop some heat too. Shout out to Bumpy Knuckles. Shout out to all DJs, because DJs make the world go round, just like the turntables. Who else do I got to shout out? Who I'm gonna see? Shout out to my man Bimmy. I was just on the phone with Bimmy. Shout out to Bimmy. Salute to Queens, my man Big John. What's up, Big John? BJ, I love you. I'm coming to see you. And let's just make this hip hop thing do the things that is possible to do with it.
Yeah.
And keep it going.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you guys for hopping on with me.
Thank you.
Amazing. This is an honor, truly. Everybody go check out Ghetto Metal.
Yes,
the music video
it's
comes
out
out tonight on all streaming services.
Out everywhere tonight.
Yes. All right. So thank you guys for having me.
Shout out to Billy Squire's Big Beat. Because without Big Beat, there would be no Rock Box.
Right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Shaw. Love you.
Peace.